Mask off? All right, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us to celebrate another important milestone in transit as the city recovers from this unprecedented crisis. Yesterday, we surpassed 2 million riders on the subway. That is the highest single-day total since the COVID-19 pandemic began last March. We've come a long way from the darkest days of 2020 when daily ridership dropped as low as 300,000 essential workers. So it's a new day for New York. Vaccinations are picking up, bars and restaurants are staying open, and cultural centers and live sports are once again welcoming fans and patrons. Baseball is back. New Yorkers love a comeback, and this will be the biggest one our city has ever seen. The subways and buses will be there to carry us forward every step of the way. I want to thank the heroic transit workforce who have never wavered, coming in and day out to keep this city moving in its hour of need. I'm grateful for their service, and I'm continually inspired by them. The bottom line is there can be no recovery unless New Yorkers return to transit, and we're thrilled to see more and more customers in the system every day. People want to come back to transit. They want to come back to their commute. They want to come back to their workplace. They want to come back to the city, and they will, if the subways are safe from COVID, safe from crime and harassment, and if the system works for them. We know the level of service is strong. Strong, regular service running across the entire city. On-time performance continues to improve despite the challenges brought on by COVID. Our customer surveys regularly show riders are happy with travel times, wait times, train arrival information, and the efficiency of the system. We also know that the system is safe from COVID. Customers have made it clear they appreciate our round-the-clock disinfection, and studies have repeatedly proven that transit is not a vector for COVID. There have been no outbreaks linked to public transportation anywhere in the world, and we're confident that if the New Yorkers who are staying away from the subway because they're nervous about COVID, when they return, they will feel comfortable. Aerosols, of course, continue to remain a concern, which is why we continue to promote our universal mask mandate and innovate when it comes to air filtration. Mask usage remains very high system-wide. We constantly monitor mask usage in the system, and in our last survey, we were at 98% mask usage. That's an incredible achievement and shows our customers understand that this is the absolute best way to keep themselves safe and to keep their neighbors safe. I want to touch on the issue of crime and harassment in the subways for one moment. This issue is critically important to the customers who have been using the system all along throughout this crisis and those who are contemplating a return. That's why I've been calling on the city to increase the uniformed police presence underground and on our buses so that we can keep these customers safe and attract new ones. Most importantly, we also need additional mental health resources, professionals who can provide the care and assistance that those seeking shelter in our system deserve. I want to thank the NYPD and the Transit Bureau for the way that they have stepped up and kept this system incredibly safe during the pandemic and going forward. The subway system is the lifeblood of the city, and as I said, New York cannot recover economically without it. They are inextricably linked. So let's keep this momentum and keep hitting milestones. Reaching 2 million daily customers is a celebratory moment. I'll turn it over to Craig now for an update on our buses, and then we'll take questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Sarah. This has also been a strong week for buses. On April 7th, we served 1,155,405 bus customers, one of the highest amounts since the resumption of fare collection back in September. We expect yesterday will have been yet another high, but we're still waiting on some additional data to make that official. It's clear that New Yorkers are voting with their feet, with their Metro cards and their Omni taps. Bus ridership has been regularly at over 1 million trips per day in recent weeks, representing more than half of our pre-COVID ridership. Customers continue to use our system to make their essential trips, and our transit heroes will continue to provide robust bus service to keep the city going through its recovery. Like Sarah just said, if people give us a chance, they're going to feel comfortable using our system. You might not recognize the MTA you left behind just 1 year ago. Our fleet is cleaner than ever before as we disinfect our entire fleet each night. And we're putting more information in the hands of our customers through the My MTA app, tracking capacity on all our buses. Paying the fare is easier than ever through our Tap and Go Omni system, which is now available system-wide. We are also working hard to get our buses moving faster than ever. Speeds have increased throughout the last year on corridors that have busways and bus priority. In places like Flushing, where the Main Street busway has helped increase speeds by up to 24% during the day and 31% during the afternoon peak. In fact, together with our partners at New York City Department of Transportation, we have significantly expanded transit signal priority and added new bus lane miles, more so during the pandemic than in prior years. Bus lane cameras and cameras on board our buses are also helping to move our buses get through the city streets and creating a smoother, more convenient ride, and our customers are loving it. We know that well-enforced bus priority improves bus speeds and bus service and draws customers back to the system. There will be a lot of new normals coming out of this pandemic, but it will always be true that buses and subways are the best and safest ways to get around town. We can't wait to welcome more customers back to the system in the coming weeks. And with that said, I'd like to give it back to Sarah for any questions.
Questions? Anybody? First, then you. Go ahead.
Hi, Christy with WCBS. Does the MTA still plan on doing the overnight cleanings even after what the CDC said about the spread on surfaces, that it doesn't spread?
The CDC did not say that it didn't spread on surfaces. My read of the guidance thus far has been they said that you don't need to use the disinfections that many agencies and others have been using prior. So we're still, digesting that guidance, and we're going to ask the CDC and our other federal partners, including the FTA, to weigh in and to give us guidance on exactly how they want us to move forward from here. But my read of the CDC guidance was, in fact, that we need to continue to clean and disinfect if anyone in the area has potentially been exposed to the virus in the last 24 hours. So it's not as clear cut as I would like, but we're going to go to our federal partners and get better guidance, get more clear-cut guidance. And look, we've been iterative as we've gone along here, so we'll continue to be open to anything we need to do to make sure that we're keeping people safe going forward and that we're doing everything we can.
I have a question about congestion pricing. There's several politicians, congressmen in New Jersey, that are complaining, saying that they weren't conferred with, it wasn't discussed, they feel like they're out of the loop. And also, with the congestion pricing, what do New Jersey commuters get out of it? Do they get anything out of it besides paying more money?
Well, for New Jersey commuters, look, there's going to be improved traffic, improved quality of life, improved quality of air. But for anyone in New Jersey who's particularly concerned about the possibility of tolls going up, they can also ride New Jersey Transit, which is a fabulous transit system, and we're proud to welcome people into Penn Station every day.
Though, with discussion.
Sorry, couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
Was New Jersey in the loop as far as discussions go with congestion pricing?
Look, I have not. It's been on the table and it's been debated in this state for longer than I've lived in this state. So if New Jersey wasn't in the loop, they should have jumped in. We've been debating this for a long time. It passed the state legislature a long time ago. It's been sitting with USDOT for 3 years. And was acted on in the last, and we got guidance on the environmental process in the last week. So this is not news to anyone, I don't think.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.